Hello there, beautiful. Oh my goodness. Welcome to week 4 of the Soft Life Experiment. My name is Anya, and thank you so much for tuning in. We got a lot to cover, but we're jumping right into week 4's value, which is reciprocity in relationships, okay? So another big one for me this week because honestly, I have a hard time receiving things. And I feel like since I started this experiment, the soft life experiment, that I have a hard time doing a lot of things. This is really challenging me. It's only week 4. Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen my first videos, the soft life experiment intro, soft life experiment episode 1, where we talk about vulnerability, we're doing communication, I've done boundaries in relationships. This is the 4th week. You need to go back and watch the series. This is every week for the rest of this year. I am documenting my soft life journey and how I can actually prove that I can have everything that I'm asking for, the full life with the loving relationship, the kids, the career, the content creation, the studying, the school, all the things, and still hold space for myself without burning out. Because yes, I can have it all. I am disproving any myth that says otherwise for any mom, anywhere, anytime. Okay. That was my little announcement for today. Back into the video. We're doing reciprocity in relationships. Now, that sounds like a whole lot of words. So I'm going to break it down to what reciprocity means for me, especially when it comes to relationships. For me, reciprocity in relationships means that you are able to be reciprocal, that you can give as well as receive. And that's also my challenge, receiving, but we'll get to that in a minute. Giving and receiving. It's about honoring the masculine and feminine dynamics in your relationship, and choosing to celebrate that and learn how we can actually support the relationship, how we can actually help it grow and nurture it by embodying both aspects of ourselves in a relationship. And what does that physically look like? Like, what does it mean to actually be reciprocal? Like, literally learning how to give more to the other person, but also doing it in a way where you're giving from abundance and not a place of scarcity, not a place of lack and depletion. Like, you feel like, oh, I gotta do this, but I don't really want to. And it's more draining than it is energizing for me. We don't want to give from that sort of place, right? We want to give from the place that feels like, I really want to do this. I really want to share this with you. I really want to experience this with you. I really want to do this for you because I know it's going to make me feel good. I know it's going to make you feel good, and that means something to me. And in turn, I want to be able to receive. I want to be able to receive in the way that says, hey, I deserve to get nice things and not just expensive gifts, although, jewelry, clothes, hair, always welcome, okay? I always want the things. But when you're receiving, it's also about, okay, the small things or the things that aren't actually physical, the intangible things. Like, are you receiving good energy from the person? Are they doing things for you that makes your life easier? We talked about this again in last week's episode about boundaries and relationships. Are they setting things up in a way that protects your peace? Like, how can you receive all the things that your partner is putting out, all the energy they're putting out, masculine and feminine? The masculine energy is the giving, it's the doing, it's the structure. The feminine is about receiving, it's about flow. And I know for me, being the strong Black woman that I am, receiving is just something that I wasn't really taught how to embody. The feminine was not something that I was taught to embody or even acknowledge. I didn't know what that meant growing up. And so I'm here during this video because I feel like more women, especially Black women, need to understand that there is a balance and that plays out a huge role into your relationship. Not getting too deep into that, sticking on a reciprocity in relationships, but the masculine and feminine does really matter, and it does really help when you're talking about having that reciprocal nature and that yin yang energy in your relationship overall. You basically want to ask yourself, like, how can I give as much as I receive? How can I give from a place of love? Like, when you're talking about your relationship, you want to always do things from a place of love, from that place of abundance. And again, not from that place of lack. And that really expands on the energy that you feel in your relationship and the energy that you will receive, because what you're giving, what you're putting out in the world is actually coming back to you. And so if you feel like my relationship feels kind of dry, feels kind of stagnant, feels kind of icky, feels kind of like a little bit tense, are you putting out that energy? What can you do to show your love, to experience more love in a relationship before you go and blame the other person, before you say, oh, you're not doing enough? Like, how can you actually rise up to the challenge and be the leader in your relationship and say, hey, I'm looking for more. I want to give more. I want to receive more. So let me give some more. Let me give some more of the energy that I want. And that way I know it'll come back. And you don't want to do this with a selfish intent like in mind, but it's just like a guideline. Like, hey, knowing that what you're putting out was coming back to you, it's going to be reflected to you in some kind of a way. And this is in any relationship, in any type of setting, but specifically when you're in a romantic relationship, you're with this person very, very often. You spend a lot of time together. And so it's very easy to take on each other's energies. Like, have you ever just been in a room and you can feel that your partner's in a bad mood and they don't even say anything? But then you wind up taking on the same kind of like bad mood for no reason because you're mad because they're mad, but they're not telling you why they're mad. Yeah. So instead, how can you be like, oh, well, let me give something to that person. Let me do something to take their mind off of it or try to reach out to them, connect with them so that we can lift the mood together. So I told you in the beginning that I really have a hard time with receiving. Like, I am a giver. My love language is acts of service. So I naturally want to do things. I want to be in motion. I'm very, very present in my masculine energy. And so knowing how to access that softer side, access that receiving side, that feminine side has been the biggest challenge, the biggest growth for me this year and last year. And again, the reason why I'm starting Soft Life Experiment. But I will say even the giving can be challenging for me at times too, because we often tend to give in the way that we want to receive things. And in my relationship, for example, like my fiance, I've talked about this before, really values personal touch. And touch is his love language, whereas mine is acts of service. And so for me, if I want to show him love and I'm like, I want to give you some love, I want to give you some encouragement in the relationship, he's like, cool. For him, it could be a hug or like a kiss on the cheek or, you know, just touching his arm, like, I see you. But for me, I'm like, hey, you want to really show me that you love me? Like, go do some laundry, go take the baby for a little bit, like, help me do something. And so sometimes it's not actually received in the same way. So I find that I was struggling a little bit in the beginning of this week to really give to him in a way that was going to benefit both of us, because I would give from my love language. I would give from my experience and what I wanted. But if you're really in service of the other person, you want to do things in a way that's going to reach them. And it's not about you, it's about them. Because together, it's an us, right? You want to do what's going to support the entire relationship, not just yourself. And it's very easy for us to say, well, I like things like this. You may like the color blue and your partner may like the color red. And if you give them a blue shirt, is it going to really mean as much as if you gave them a red shirt? Probably not. But knowing that information beforehand, you say, I want to give you a red shirt because I know that's going to brighten your day. And they'll probably have such a better reaction and such a better experience to it. Not that the gift wasn't thoughtful in the first place, but the fact that you actually took the time to give something to them that meant more to them than it did to you. Because again, it's not about you. When we're talking about relationship and partnership, it's a partnership, and we have to figure out how to embody the highest versions of ourselves in order to actually create the partnership that we desire. So my goal this week was, how can I be better? How can I be better at receiving more from him? How can I see when he's trying? How can I then match that energy and go out of my way to make him feel like, I saw what you did, I'm going to give back to you. I'm going to make sure that you feel that I received your love and that I want to give you more of it. And how can I give from a place of love as well? So some examples of this I kind of already talked about, but like making sure that I touched him as acknowledgments for things that he did really well, or to let him know that I was connected with him, and just kind of like touched his hand, or driving in the car, or we went out grocery shopping this week, and I really wasn't feeling well. I was supposed to go food shopping with just me and the baby, but I just got really nauseous for some reason. And I asked him, hey, can you go with me? Because I just don't feel safe driving and pushing all this heavy groceries around the carts or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I got you. So I came, picked him up. We're going to the store, and just as my little appreciation, I was partly woozy. So this helped me balance, but I had looped my arm through his while we were walking, and I let him push the cart. And he was like, I felt him stiffen. He was just like, oh, he leaned into me a little bit more. He felt that. He was able to receive that, what I was giving. Even though I didn't have that much energy, it still made a difference. And it still made him feel like, oh, as a man, I did something nice for my lady. She appreciates it, all the good things. I also know that for him, he has done a marvelous job stepping up around the house and helping me without me even asking. And that's a big thing for me. Like, if you know what needs to be done, if you see laundry, if you see like dishes in the sink, I hate dishes in the sink. If you see dishes in the sink, just go take care of them. Like, don't wait for me to be like, hey, babe, can you do this? Can you do that? The trash was always taken out without me asking. Every time I got filled and to mention it. If he saw that I was like drained on energy, he would jump in and be like, I got you. I'm gonna take the baby. And a note with that, because we both work from home, because we are both doing probably like way too many things at once. I'm in school, I'm a full-time finance student, I'm a content creator, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a book club host for the Conscious Queen of Book Club. You can join with the link in the description box below. I'm always looking for my mamas to join. It's an exclusive book club just for my mamas. Okay. Like, I do a lot. And then he's a videographer, photographer. He's out there doing content creation. Like, he's out there doing a thing, being a good dad. So many things. And so, like, we get burnt out really quickly. And we started this new thing this week where it's like, okay, 2 hours on, 2 hours off. You will do a little work in the morning. I work best in the morning. So I'll take the morning shift. And from about 8 to 10 a.m., I'm doing my schoolwork. I'm working on my content creation, whatever it is I need to do. Then I switch off. He gives with the baby, he goes to do some work for a couple hours. Then we have lunch together. And then we come back, I do work after lunch. He has the baby, and then he does some work, and then I have the baby. And then we all wind down the evening together and we eat dinner. And then if we still want to do work afterwards, it's like, okay, now we're good. Now we have time. We don't feel so burnt out and drained. And for me, pushing, again, that heavy masculine energy was a lot. But us alternating, and we tested this out this week. It was very, very helpful for us to be able to be productive while still being present for our family. And it allowed us to give as much energy to our work as we were our family. And that was really important because, again, moms feel like we always have to choose. Like, we can't be great parents and push for our career. Like, it's always a give or take. And so really trying to find that balance, it took the both of us to really make that happen. So I really, really love this week. And it was not without its challenges, but I will say that I learned just the importance of being able to not only trust in your partner that they got you, but just remembering that this is a partnership, that it does take two people. And I've been noticing that over the past few weeks since I started the Soft Life Experiment. I'm really, really excited to see how this goes. Like, I still have about 9 more weeks in relationships, and then we're going to switch over to work-life balance. So each quarter, there is a new area of my life that I'm tackling softly and choosing my values for. But yeah, this reciprocity really opened my eyes from where I was not able to give and how I was not able to receive, and how the thought of receiving, or the thought of like him being able to give me something, made me uncomfortable. It really showed me the shadow work I needed to do, and where I was lacking that confidence to even say, hey, I need help in this area. And so going forward, I'm going to continue to work on giving and receiving, and more so the receiving part, knowing that it's okay that someone wants to give something to me, that someone wants to do something for me, that that's an act of love and that I deserve that. And I think a lot of the uncomfortableness comes from feeling like unworthy that someone wants to do something for you. Even when you went food shopping with me, like, I felt awkward for asking him because I knew that wasn't like the plan for the day. He wanted to do some work. He wanted to get some content creation done. Like, he had his own schedule, and I felt bad like interrupting that because it was my time with the baby. It was my time to take her. And then I said, no, like, sometimes we have to be willing to put ourselves out there, or sometimes we have to be willing to say, I need help, and see if the person will be able to give you what you need, and then be able to receive it and not try to fight it, because I needed the help that day. And that's like the biggest lesson. And then again, giving from the place of love and abundance. And sometimes when you don't have it to give, knowing that and honoring that within yourself. Either one, filling your own cup first. So if you know you want to give something to your partner, but you don't have the capacity to do it, I would suggest filling up your own cup, doing something that's going to give you energy, that's going to energize you, and then going back to that you wanted to do. And or find something else that is still within your capacity or that's still within your range to do, but does not leave you feeling depleted, does not feel like you gave too much. Because then we're just burnt out. We feel burnt out. We don't have the energy for anything else. And we definitely don't have energy for ourselves. And we don't want to do that. So always giving from that place of fullness and abundance and recognizing when you aren't able to, what is possible and what can you actually do to support yourself. And then support the relationship. All in all, I think this week, the reciprocity in relationships is definitely going to support us for next week's value, which is supports in relationships. How can we find ways to support each other physically, financially, support each other with time and supporting us with work-life balance, like whatever it is that we need? How can we ask and receive and give support to each other? So reciprocity is going to go hand in hand with next week's value. So make sure that you are following this journey. We've got 48 more weeks to go. The rest of 2026, and I cannot wait to continue to see how this journey unfolds, especially with you guys, because you guys make it so worthwhile. And moving on into my best mom advice. So my best mom advice for reciprocity in relationships is, again, to give from that full cup first and make a list all the ways your partner receives love and loves to receive love, meaning all the ways that makes them feel good, all the ways that makes them feel seen and heard and makes them feel appreciated. And then incorporate some of those things on that list. You know that it's for you and your man. So make sure that it's something that really gets you going. And after you give him whatever gesture or gift that you feel like is perfect for them, go ahead and see if you can identify and appreciate the way that they return the love to you, and make sure they can feel how much good energy and good vibes you are sending back to them. How can you show more love and give more love in your relationship and then be able to receive that love? Of course, here's my question of the week. On a scale of 1 to 10, how balanced does your relationship feel right now? And this is 1 means I'm giving everything, I'm doing all the work, to 10 means that we're completely balanced and the yin and yang is flowing and the feminine and masculine energy is completely balanced. Drop your number below and then tell me one thing that would make it feel more balanced. Let me know in the comments below. I want to see about it. You know, I'm nosy. I want to hear. I want to see. Let's have a conversation about it. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button so that I know. And if you really like this video and you found it helpful, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content for the Soft Life Experiment. And this is just a free way to support the channel so that I can continue to make more content like this for more mamas like you. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.